Imagine this. You wake up one day. Everyone looks the same, talks the same, walks the same, and everyone has the exact same personality. Bizarre, right? Imagine how boring life would be. That's where DNA comes into play. No single person is the same. People may have the same hair color or eye color, but no single individual is exactly the same. Now, you might think that DNA is a pretty simple concept. It's just a person's appearance. But actually, there's a whole lot more than just our appearance. After hours and hours of studying, I finally figured out what exactly DNA is. DNA begins with cells. Cells are the basic building blocks of us. The human body is made of a lot more cells than you actually might think. I'll give you a second to think about how many cells are in the human body. Well, if you guessed 13 trillion cells, you are correct. It's a lot, I know. But now let's move on to what the cells make. The cells make tissues. Tissues are organized communications of cells that work together to carry a specific function. The exact role of a tissue in an organism depends on the cells. Cells and tissues help give a structure to our DNA. Now that you know the beginning of DNA, let's move on to a little more complicated stuff, the DNA language. Now, as you may know, the English alphabet is 26 letters, but the DNA language, it's a little bit different. After interviewing David Rosenberg, a doctor in Cleveland, I learned that the DNA language is only 4 letters. These letters are A, C, G, and T. These letters stand for adenine for A, cytosine for C, guanine for G, and thymine for T. Now, all these letters might not seem that important. I mean, only 4 letters, what can you do with that? But no, these are actually the most important things in our DNA. Now you might be asking yourself, well, what do they do that's so important? Well, this language forms groups of 3 letters, which are called codons. For example, a codon could look like ATT, AUG, AIC, and so forth. In our human body, we have 64 different codons. A group of codons establishes a message that is sent out all around our bodies. This group of codons is called a gene. A gene is a basic physical and functional unit of heredity. Genes are made up of DNA. Now, the next step to creating a human being is the creation of a chromosome. A chromosome is a long DNA molecule with part or all the genetic material base of an organism. Genes located on each chromosome are arranged in a particular sequence, and each gene has a particular location on the chromosome. In humans, we have 46 different chromosomes, 23 from each parent, and the 23rd determines your gender. As you can see here, if it's a big line and a little line, it's a boy, and if it's 2 little lines, it's a girl. These also stand for a big line, which is a Y, and a little line, which is an X. So a boy would be YX, and a girl would be XX. Now, after the chromosomes are finished with all the unique features, a double helix is created. This shape right here is called a double helix. A double helix is also a complete set of DNA. It kind of looks like a spiral staircase if you think about it. And if you look closely, you can actually see the DNA language in the double helix. Now, in staircases, there are of course steps. That's where the DNA language is located. In each circle shape, there are codons. There are 4 codes for each circle, and each different stair has 2 letters, and on the right side of the illustration is what each letter stands for. Now, this is just an example of a complete set of DNA, but you actually have 99% of this exact DNA. Crazy! Only 1% of what actually makes us different. You might also be thinking, well, a DNA can't be that long. I mean, how can it fit in your body if it's super long? Well, actually, it can't fit in your body. A complete set of DNA can wrap around 6,000 times from the distance from the moon to the Earth. How might it fit, you ask? A complete set of DNA coils up inside your body, so it fits just right. Now, after all that I told you today, you could probably tell why DNA is so important and why we all look different. For more information, check out my blog at blogs.scoutswillschools.org/arosenberg28 or scan the QR code. Thank you for listening.